Take a look around. Seriously. The phone in your hand, the room you're sitting in, even the park down the street, they all have these two basic mathematical properties. Today, we're going to break down perimeter and area and show you just how much these simple ideas shape, well, everything.
You know, it all kicks off with a really simple, everyday question. If you're out for a jog, how would you figure out the exact distance of one full lap? How do you even measure the edge of a space?
Well, the answer is a really powerful idea in math. It's what helps us build fences, frame our favorite pictures, and yeah, even plan out the perfect racetrack.
And the official name for this is perimeter. The easiest way to think about it is this. It's the path you'd have to walk along the very edge of a shape to get right back to where you started. It's literally the length of the border.
Okay, so let's dive in. The best way to really get a handle on perimeter is to start with the shapes we see all the time. You know, the basics.
So for a rectangle, sure, you could just add up all four sides one by one. But since the opposite sides are always the same length, there's a much faster way to do it. And here's that shortcut. Just add the length and the width together first, and then double whatever you get. So let's say a rectangle is 12 centimeters long and 8 wide. You do 12 plus 8, which is 20, double it, and bam, the perimeter is 40 centimeters. So simple, right? Okay, but what if our shape is a square? Well, that makes things even easier. Just picture you're trying to put a nice little border around a square photo frame, and let's say each side is exactly 1 meter long. With a square, all four sides are exactly the same. So you only need to know the length of one side. You just multiply that by 4, and you're done. That 1 meter frame of ours, it needs exactly 4 meters of border. Easy peasy.
All right, we've got the formulas down pat. Now let's see how they actually help us solve some real-world problems. This is where it gets interesting.
So meet Akshi. She's got this rectangular tablecloth. It's 3 meters long and 2 meters wide. And she wants to add a decorative lace border. The million-dollar question is, how much lace does she actually need to buy?
We can figure this out in 3 super quick steps. 1, we grab our trusty rectangle formula. 2, we plug in her numbers. So that's 3 meters plus 2 meters. And 3, we solve it. That gives us 5 meters, which we then double to get our final answer. She needs exactly 10 meters of lace. Okay, now for something a little bigger. We've got a farmer with a huge rectangular field, 230 meters long by 160 meters wide. And to keep his crops safe, he doesn't want just one fence. He wants to wrap the whole thing with rope 3 times. This one's a two-parter. First, we've got to find the perimeter for just a single round of rope. So we add 230 and 160, double it, and that gets us 780 meters. But remember, he wants 3 rounds. So we multiply that by 3, and we get a grand total of 2,340 meters of rope. Whew! Let's take what we've learned and head to the racetrack for a fun little challenge. Hey, Akshi's back, and this time she's racing her friend Toshi. But take a close look. They're not on the same track. The tracks are different sizes, and they're running a different number of laps. So the real question is, who's actually running farther? So here's the deal. Akshi's on the bigger track, but she's running fewer laps. Toshi's on the smaller track, but she's running more laps. So who ran farther? Let's do the math and find out.
Okay, first up, Akshi. Her track's perimeter is 2 times 70 plus 40, which comes out to 220 meters for 1 lap. She runs 5 laps, so we just multiply 220 by 5, and we get her total distance, 1,100 meters. Now let's look at Toshi. The perimeter of her smaller track is 2 times 60 plus 30, which is 180 meters per lap, but she runs 7 of them. So 180 times 7 gives us her total, 1,260 meters. And there we have it. Toshi ran farther. See? This is a perfect example of how a simple perimeter calculation can help us figure out a tricky problem and find a clear winner. So, we've totally mastered the distance around a shape, but what about the space inside that boundary? I mean, knowing the length of a racetrack is one thing, but what if you needed to pave the whole thing? That brings us to the final piece of our puzzle. Think about a carpet on your floor for a second. The perimeter would be the length of the carpet's edges all added up. But what do we call the amount of floor space that the carpet actually covers? And that, my friends, is what we call area. This is so important. While perimeter is a length, area is a surface.
Perimeter is the fence. Area is the yard inside the fence. That's the crucial difference.
Let's put this into practice. Imagine your floor has a total area of 20 square meters. If you put down a carpet that's 3 meters by 3 meters, which has an area of 9 square meters, you can figure out how much floor is left showing just by subtracting. 20 minus 9 leaves 11 square meters of bare floor.
So now you really see the difference, right? One measures a line, the other measures a surface. The next time you're planning something, whether it's a garden or just rearranging your room, think about it. Do you need to know the perimeter or do you need to know the area? Asking the right question is half the battle.